Hi, everybody. Can't see anybody yet. Hi. Oh, how'd you do that? That's so cool. You have a green screen?
It's just a backdrop.
That is so cool. I wish I had that. I wouldn't have had to clean my room.
I'll show you how to do it tomorrow.
Love it. I don't see any faces. Guess nobody's sharing video. Everybody's shy. Oh, there's Itamar. Hey, buddy. What you got?
Yeah, we have 3 kids at the same time, so we're trying to multitask.
I know. You know, we're gonna record, and so we can send it to you afterwards. We're gonna send it to everybody.
Thanks.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Itamar, are you gonna take good notes?
Yeah.
You're gonna
Are you
take
gonna
good
write what
notes?
you're doing? Itamar's gonna take notes, yes.
Okay, take notes and give your parents a full rundown when they're done. Hi, Iris. How are you? How's the baby?
Good, we'll show him.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, let me see.
Nati.
Itamar, are you helping with your baby?
Oh, there's different classes? Sorry. Can you want to show your baby? After this. We can't do anything.
Oh, my goodness.
Itamar got quite the boo-boo on his head. Wait,
I
wait,
know,
wait.
I saw that right in the middle.
Wasn't even a big butt. He didn't even, he cried for 30 seconds. I didn't even just begin to see this morning with like huge unicorns on.
Uh,
Hi, Owen.
oh,
What? Okay. Okay.
aw. Do you have a name?
Oren.
Yeah,
What's that?
Oren.
Oren. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I think I
I
heard
don't know if you
that.
heard today on the PA. He was announced on the PA today at pickup.
Oh, it wasn't a pickup.
What's that?
Shahar was there, so.
Nice.
What did you announce?
Well, we said the brother and sister, Ariel and Oren, Ariel and Rinat and Tamar, and their brother Oren.
Oh, okay. Cute. Okay,
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
gonna wait.
food.
We're just gonna wait one more minute for Rahul. She's probably having technical difficulties, I'm guessing. So we'll just wait for one more minute and then I'll get started. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen.
No, I don't know. Further back. They can only see me. I don't know.
Since I only see Itamar, can you see my screen?
What's his name?
Yeah.
Oren, okay.
Oh,
Hi, Oren. I can't wait till you're in my class too.
You can see Yosa.
You're not part of this.
Everybody else is on no video, so
We're in the way.
Am I good?
Oren is gonna visit all classes. How do I show unlock?
all right. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm sure that Rahul will hop on as soon as she gets her computer working, and my guess is she's probably having difficulties. And I want to apologize. I wear bifocals now because I'm getting old, so I'm always like looking through the bottom of my glasses. So that's why I'm always looking like this. I'm looking at myself in the reflection, and I'm like, So I'm looking through my bifocals. So I just wanted to welcome everyone to kindergarten. I have been having so much fun with your kids for the last week. We are getting settled in. We are learning all sorts of new routines. We haven't done a lot of academics yet because we're just kind of getting the hang of being in kindergarten. So we're learning how to clean up, how to get along with each other, how to stand in line, all of those things that we need to learn how to do before we start the real learning. So we have just been having so much fun, and it's a great class. It's I think we've got 29 students this year, and it's pretty even between boys and girls. But they are all so sweet, and Rahul and I have really enjoyed getting to know them. So hopefully they are enjoying it as well. I'm gonna move my bar. Here we go. All right. So I'm the only one here for right now, but so if you have not met me before, my name is Miss Carrie and I am your teacher. I know I've been talking to all of you on WhatsApp. We also have a teaching assistant. Her name is Miss Denise, and she comes in a couple of days a week to help out. And then Maura Rahal is our main Judaic studies teacher. And this year we have Maura Hannah Goodman. She is Rahal's teaching assistant. So we're so lucky to have both Denise and Hannah on our team this year. Rahal and I are thrilled to have help, and with such a big group, it really helps out. This year, we also have all of our specialists again this year. So Lisa Benham comes in every day, pretty much. She's our reading specialist, and she will pull small groups and work with your child and teach them how to read. We do basic reading in class, but then she pulls small groups based on their levels. And she also sends home books almost nightly for your child to practice, books that they've practiced reading at school. And yes, they will be able to read usually by the first of the year. Most of our students are reading English, so it's very exciting, and we'll get more to that. Sorry, Itamar, no questions right now. We have a PE teacher this year, Coach Casey. So he has PE with your students twice a week. And we also have Miss Grace that comes in and helps with recess duty and also does some things around the room for us. And she's been in multiple grades. So if you have other students, you very likely already know her from others. And then new this year, also we have Maura Betty, who is our Ivrit teacher. And so twice a week, Maura Betty has your students for Ivrit for a half an hour. And the kids have really been enjoying her. You know, we've only had her just a few times, but I can tell she's going to be a great addition. She's awesome with the kids. And then lastly, but certainly not least, we have Miss Lane. She is going to be the children's science and art teacher this year. She's going to be doing both. She'll alternate. She's doing art right now, but she will be also having science lessons with them in the science lab. So we have lots of help this year. We are so excited to have so many great teachers on our team this year. And sorry, I've got people still coming in. We are so lucky to have everybody. All right. Hopefully I got everybody. You did?
No.
All right. So I'll just kind of go through this. We have assigned times that you're dropping off and picking up each day. So please try to Make sure that you make it to your assigned time. And also it's super important that the children be at school on time. Because we get started right away and we don't want them to miss anything. If your child is late all the time, they kind of lose that momentum of their learning, and it's really detrimental to them. So we really ask that you try to get them to school by 8 o'clock each morning so that we can get started. We don't want them to miss any morning meeting or davening or anything like that. So if you do need to pick up your child early, this is, again, we've been doing it for a couple of years now, but if you're new to the school, please let the office and Rahul and I know ahead of time that you're coming. And then when you get to school, you'll need to call the office again to let them know that you're here. They'll call down to our classroom and we will excuse your child to come to the car, okay? So it's a little bit different than in past years, but it's the same as last year. And so again, if you could just let us know ahead of time and then let us know when you're here. And we've already had to do this a few times and it seems to have been going pretty smoothly. So biggest classroom expectations, we really just do the very high level. Super important that your students are listening to the teachers the first time. That is, again, one of the things that we're practicing right now, and we'll get there, but you can always reinforce it with your child. We greatly appreciate it. Using kind words, talking nicely to each other, saying please and thank you, and really trying to build up our class community. Taking care of our schools, so not throwing trash around, being careful with our school supplies in our classroom, and lastly, just making good choices. So we say that a lot, making good choices about where they're sitting. If you're sitting next to your best friend and we're trying to do learning, perhaps that's not a good choice. Or if you're rolling on the carpet and you're supposed to be sitting, listening, maybe make a better choice on how you're sitting. So we use that language a lot in school. So again, if you want to echo any of this with your child, then I'm sure it will help go a long way. For our curriculum for general studies, I use core knowledge for the reading and the penmanship. Again, like I mentioned, most of the students are reading by the first of the year. And the reading program that we use really focuses on just teaching the children the basic sound that each letter makes. And by doing that, and we don't even talk about the name of the letter at first, we just say that this is a picture of the sound ah, and something like that. And by doing that, the children are able to read very, very quickly. It keeps them very focused on just the sound, not the name of the letter, not uppercase, not lowercase. It's just, this is the sound. And they're up and reading in no time. It's such an exciting time these next few months, and I cannot wait to get started with them. I have a writing program that I've been using the last couple of years with really good success. The kids love writing. Even the ones that say, oh, it's writing time, at the end of the period, they're like, I love writing. So I'm excited to share that with them and get them excited. We start really, and this is why I chose this program, we really start with pictures. And so a lot of times coming in to kindergarten, a lot of the kids can't write yet. And so I found a program that starts right where the kids are. They really thrive on it. Even the kids that can write are welcome to do writing if they want. but we really talk about, you know, having a writing workshop and having independent writing time, having writing goals, and sharing with the rest of the class, being supportive with each other. And the kids really, really thrive on it. I have to brag. I think all of the students that came out of our class last year all came out being able to write several sentences with a picture and be cohesive, and finger spaces and punctuation and everything. I was so proud of them. So I'm excited also to get started. Can you tell? I just love doing this. Guided reading, we have small group instruction. I'll have small groups in class. And Miss Benham, our reading specialist, will also pull small groups. Again, those are more targeted, you know, with just 2 or 3 students, right at the level of your student where they're at, and try to push them along, help them with different strategies that maybe that would help to increase their reading ability. Singapore Math we use, this is a school-wide program. We all use Singapore Math. And so we have common language from year to year, and it's very organized. It has great stepping stones. So we start with manipulative. So we, you know, start with blocks and bears and shapes and things like that. And then we move on to pictures and then more abstract talking about it. So it's a very organized program. Like I said, we all use it at the school. So it the knowledge builds from year to year with the students. So when they get into first grade, they've already had the background, and the first grade teacher knows, you know, already what they've learned and kind of where they need to go from there, and so on. So it's nice having a cohesive program like that. And most importantly, I think with kindergarten, we use talk about growth mindset. We haven't talked a whole lot about it because it's just been a few days, but in kindergarten, there are so many things that we cannot do. But we always say that we just can't do them yet. So we are learning to do all sorts of things. It's such a wonderful year of growth for students, and I really try to keep them pumped up and positive, and let them know that just because they can't do something doesn't mean they shouldn't try, or if they get frustrated, because it's going to happen. They're going to get frustrated. We're all trying new things that we've never done before. And we just always say, yes, we can't do it, but we just can't do it yet. And so I have some handouts on that I'll send to all of you later if you're not familiar with it. But I think it really helps set the whole frame of our curriculum, so that, because we're going to come upon stumbling blocks and things that are hard for us, and we want to encourage them to keep going and push through and have grit and be the best student that they can be. So I'll share more of that with you as the year goes on. Rahul will talk about the Judaic Studies curriculum. Is your
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. I can't hear anybody else.
Hi, everyone. I'm really sorry for joining late. It was, but it is what it is. Thank God my daughter had a baby this afternoon, and I was on the phone with her telling her I have to go in 10 minutes. Zoom, and then before you know it, I went to turn it on and the computer shut down, and I had to go reboot the computer, start up again, and find the link, get to it, and slowly but surely it opened up. So I apologize. But I would love to tell you about the kindergarten Judaic program and all the things that we learn about. Oh, this is, it looks like you're showing the daily schedule.
Oh, sorry. If
There you
you,
go.
if you guys can mute your computer, we're just getting some feedback. I was trying to figure out how to do that. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I think we're good, Rahul.
Okay, so as you see from this little list on the lovely slide that Miss Carrie put together, thank you, Miss Carrie. Tefillah, the davening, is a big part of our kindergarten Judaic program, and not just about singing the davening, but connecting to Hashem and learning about Hashem. Our class has a lot of discussions throughout the year, and many of them are student initiated. The children have questions and they want to explore and share ideas about why we daven and about Hashem and how Hashem loves us, and Hashem listens to our davening, and Hashem loves us, each word that we're saying and each song that we're singing. And we learned a lot of the key words from the different tefillos, and what they mean, and why we say them, and the mechanics of when and how, and of the Modani and of the Shema, and as we go along talking about different particular parts of the tefillah, we also work on creating a siddur, and each child makes their own siddur. If some of you have had older sibling, some of your older children in my class before, then they put together their own beautiful siddur and begin using it mid-year, and then they get to take it home and keep it as a very special keepsake, and a very holy keepsake, because it has Hashem's name in it, and they learn about how to respect the siddur and how to take care of it, and a lot of other little things connected, like why we give tzedakah before we start davening, and making that a habitual part of our morning routine, and all about tzedakah, and learning the 12 Torah psukim, which are especially selected for children to memorize, and their meaning and significance. And so that's, an important way that we begin our day in the morning. And the next part of our Judaic curriculum, of course, is the Hebrew reading. And I evaluate each child. So the past few days that we've started school, I've been evaluating your child and just seeing, what they're ready for, what letters they may already know. And I take them in from there, putting them in small groups. And we begin by going through all the letters, identifying the names and sounds of the Hebrew letters, and then blending them with the vowels, with the nekudos. And I'll be probably, in a little while, start sending home some alphabet pages that we've used to practice in school, and you can review them with your child at home to give them lots of praise and see their progress, and give an additional reinforcement at home of the new letters that they're learning. And once they've mastered the letters, and then they begin with the Kamatz book and move on to all the different books according to their level. And a few students in the class are, already know their letters and ready to jump into that. And many are doing the letters. And even if your child is beginning with the first letter with Aleph, that's totally fine. I meet them where they are and take them from there. And we also do a lot of Hebrew vocabulary building. Like right now, we're doing a lot of focus on words that have a connection to Rosh Hashanah, to the Jewish New Year, and to things around the room. So we like to, build our Hebrew vocabulary and recognizing words, beginning sounds, we'll throw a Hebrew letter a week and talk about some words that have that beginning sound. And that's all connected with our Hebrew reading. We also have a lot of things in the classroom, like alphabet puzzles and magnets and different games, with Hebrew beginning sounds to reinforce that as well. The next subject for the curriculum is Parsha, which is the weekly Torah portion. And we start that immediately following Simchat Torah with the first Parsha of the week of the Torah, Bereshit. And we really get into it with a lot of songs and drama, role play, acting out the stories, taking part, of the people in the stories, and learning lessons from it and learning about the key people from the Torah of our beginnings of the Jewish people of Abraham and Sarah and all, Moshe Rabbeinu and all the holy people that we can learn from and be proud that, we come from them and learn the important stories from the Torah that are in each parsha. And I'll be sending home a sheet of parsha questions to help you review with your child. It's not mandatory. It's just for you to help you have another tool for your child to share what they've learned and to open discussion about what they've learned. And I welcome feedback from that, how it's going for your child and how you're using it at home. They'll also be bringing home crafts, and pictures and paintings and things. We do a little project for each parsha to help them also share and remember what they've learned. And aside for gaining much knowledge about the Torah, I also just want them to love the Torah and know that this is Hashem's precious gift, and all the lessons from the Torah are for us to treasure and to learn and grow from. And when the children have opportunity to lead the class in reciting a pasuk, a passage from the Torah, which we learn together as a whole group, it's very exciting and a big honor that, I call up a few children at a time and I help them, learn the psukim, the passages, and lead the class in repeating them and learn the songs. We sing songs, have motions with them to make it fun and memorable and part of our life. All the Jewish holidays and mitzvahs are also a very basic foundation of our Judaic curriculum. And right now we're already quite immersed in the Rosh Hashanah. We've been painting shofars and looking at shofars and feeling them and looking at pictures of different animals, where shofars come from, and talking about honey and all kinds of songs. And I'm sure your children have already shared with you. And each holiday, we try to do many different stories, games, crafts, to make it exciting and memorable and enjoyable. And then in between the holidays, we do a little unit on blessings, on brachot. And that's one of our highlights in kindergarten, is we have a special bracha party. After we learn about all the different blessings, to thank Hashem for food and talk about appreciation, how wonderful it is that Hashem loves us so much. He gives us so much variety of so much beautiful, delicious, healthy, colorful, food to nourish us, and how thankful we are, and how we express our thanks by saying a bracha. We culminate with a special party, and the children learn songs about it and make a special placemat and have different foods to celebrate with in a bracha game. And I'm not sure this year if parents will be invited to attend it as a performance. We'll keep you informed about that as the school lets us know what is permissible for parents. In previous years, we turned it into a restaurant, and it was very exciting. The children were able to serve their parents. But last year, it was just as exciting for the children. And we took a little video of the kids singing a song and sent that home along with all their crafts. So in whatever way we're able to include the parents, we will. But for the children, it will definitely be a highlight. And some of the other highlights throughout the year are our Pesach Seder. We have a model Seder. And once again, we do lots of songs, lots of crafts, lots of, discussing pictures about the story and making our Haggadah. And I'm sure they'll be able to bring a lot home to share with you as well. And that's really my main goal, is to excite them about their Judaism and about all the richness of it, and all the songs and beautiful traditions throughout the year, with all the different holidays and mitzvot. And every Friday we have Shabbat party, and it's our highlight of the week. where we're learning the blessings for Shabbat, for the candles, and for the Kiddush and the Challah, and lots of Shabbat songs. And the children take turns role playing each week as the Abba or the Ima. I already sent home a list of when it will be your child's turn. If you missed it, please let me know. I'll be happy to send it again out to you. And if you have any questions throughout the year about the Judaic curriculum or about anything, I'm here for you, Miss Carrie as well. And there are various ways that you can reach us: email, messages, set up a phone call time. And we want to work together with you.
Of course, now I can't turn the page. All right. This is our daily schedule. And like I said, school starts at 8 o'clock this year. So arrival between 7:45 and 8. But at 8 o'clock, we do start. We usually start with some morning activities for the children. And then we go into a circle time. The children then will go to davening at 8:30. So really important that the kids come on time every day so that they don't miss any of that. After that, we have snack and recess, all important. And every day is different. This is kind of just a skeleton, but we have classroom time between 9:30 and 11:20. Sometimes we have Ivrit or PE, art, or they're with more Rahel and I. It just depends. Like I said, every day is different. And we'll get to know the schedule usually by the last week of school. By then, Rahel and I really have it nailed. But until then, we have to look at our papers every day, every hour, and so we know where we're going each day. So after we have those 2 hours of classroom time, we go to lunch. I realize we actually go to lunch at 11:30, not 11:20. Oh, I think that was in the past year. Again, I'll get it straight by the end of the year, but we go to lunch at 11:30, followed by recess and then benching. So all in all, the whole thing takes about an hour, benching about 20 minutes. So lunch, it just depends on how slow your child eats. Just a quick note about food. Please make sure you're sending food to school that your child likes. And also if you buy hot lunch, make sure it's something that they like. Otherwise we end up with food at school that they really don't like and they're sad. So, and I can't stand it when you're sad. So please make sure that you guys kind of talk about it so that you are all in agreement. We do. We've been having great success. Thank you very much on the fruit and veggies for morning snack. We all feel like we've been really having a great healthy start to the morning. So I think almost 100% of our students have been doing that. And so we really feel like they're getting a good start. After benching, then we have more classroom time for about an hour and a half. And then we kind of break because that's a long time to be in class for them. We have snack and recess. And then when that's over, we go back to the classroom for a bit until dismissal. So all the time, and if you talk to your child, they've learned these words already. A lot of, we'll be all together and then we say we're gonna half. And then once we're half, then we split and we switch. So, they're already starting to learn that vocabulary so that they kind of understand, there's a lot of movement in our schedule. Which I think is actually really good for the kids because they're not just in one place all day long. They're all over the place with different teachers and different activities. So that is our daily schedule. Rahel, do you want to go or do you want me to keep going? I'm happy to. I'll just go.
Sure.
It's okay. I just didn't want to like totally take over. So what should your child bring to school every day? You guys have been doing really good. Like I haven't seen a lot of kids not come with what they need. So every day they need lunch and at least 2 snacks, even if your child has hot lunch. We still have 2 snacks and hot lunches in the middle of the day, and then we need food. So I've also sent some messages saying we ran out of food today, please send more. I haven't had to tell anybody that we have too much food yet, but sometimes that'll come. So please just make sure again that you guys are agreeing on what you're sending and that you send plenty of it. We'll send back whatever it is that we don't use. We get to use lunch boxes, which is a real privilege this year for Rahul and I, because then we can send the food home that they don't eat. You can see exactly what it is that they don't eat. We are pretty strict about not letting the kids throw food away. Usually we catch them in time. So you can see exactly what they ate at the end of the day. Water bottle, super important. It doesn't need to be disposable. It can be a reusable one because we do have water fillers throughout the school and we've taught the children how to use those. And then the last daily thing is our folder. For now, it's been very sporadic. I think we're sending it home tomorrow. Is that right, Rahul?
Yes. We'll be
So
sending it
we'll
out
send it
tomorrow,
home
God willing.
tomorrow. So it's not exactly a daily folder yet, but as we get into the school year, it will be going home more often. Rahul and I try to send a reminder that we didn't send anything home, but I don't think we did that today. It's a new process for us, so we're still working on it. So be patient with us. But if you do see it, please empty it, go over it with your child, and return it the next day. I have instructed the children they're not allowed to open it without you. Just because in past years, before we used one that actually tied up like that, we had just regular folders and the contents would always end up all over the school. And I don't know how much of that got home, but we've got these great tie up folders, but we've all told the kids, do not open it without your parents. So hopefully you won't lose anything. A reminder to label everything that you send to school, water bottles, especially sweaters and
Please.
jackets, because those do get laid around places. And if we pick it up and we don't recognize it, especially at the beginning, and especially because they're uniform, so we may have 8 navy blue sweaters. And if we can't remember exactly where you shop and what size your child wears, we probably don't know where it belongs. And then we just have to play a guessing game and we have to send you pictures. It's just a big to do. So please label everything, water bottles, jackets, anything that you send, stick a label on it. I'll get off my soapbox on the labels. And then lastly, you do not need to send snacks to school on Friday. Because we have early dismissal. The Shabbat party that we have it in the morning at the same time as our normal morning snack. And so that is their snack. They have challah. They usually have a treat for a birthday. The host usually brings fruit. So they have plenty to eat. And then we have regular lunch. And then we go home about the same time that we normally would be having snacks. So dismissals at 2:15 on Friday. So really no need to send any snack, but if you just want to, you can. And if your child's going to eat it, great. But you just
Yes.
don't have to if you don't want to.
Basically, for Friday, when it's your child's turn to be the host for Shabbat party, you provide the snack for the whole class. The challah that you send and the grape juice and the fruit becomes the whole class eating the same snack at the Shabbat party. So when you're the host, you send snack for everyone. The rest of the Fridays, you don't have to send snack at all.
There you go. We don't have homework in kindergarten, but I do ask.
No homework,
Yay! Right now, I hear a lot of the kids say, "What? No homework?"
Wait, Carrie, let's ask them if they want homework.
You guys want homework?
Who wants homework?
In kindergarten, they think it's a great privilege. It'll wear off, I promise.
I think Daniel
Nadine
said,
just
yeah.
said yes. Nadine
Yes,
just said she
I
wants homework.
know. I know. So your homework, boys and girls, every day is to listen to your parents read a story, or for you to read a story to your parents. You can even just look at the pictures. We've talked about different ways of reading stories. It's looking at the pictures, it's reading the words, listening to the words, making up your own story with the pictures, however you want to, but get those books out. Go to the library, pick up books, go to the bookstores. It can be online, however you like, but please, please, please read every day. It makes a huge difference in their reading abilities later on. We will be sending home reading, like I talked about, with Miss Benham, with books that they've practiced in school, and then to show you what they've practiced during the day. They're going to practice at night for you. We'll also be sending home sight words and things like that. And Rahul sends home the Parsha questions once a week. The Parsha questions, I think, are optional. You don't have to return them, but it's always great if you do. Yeah, so no real like hard hitting homework, but there's definitely, and I know the kids are so tired at the end of the day, just from being in school. So we don't need to add to that. So hopefully they're all getting adjusted.
Thank you,
So,
Tamar.
so now's the time we open it up to questions. I'm not so good at this. I think I'm gonna have to put my glasses back on. Can we just like unmute, and then if you have a question?
If anyone has a question, if you could unmute yourself, you're welcome to do that. And all questions are good. We can learn from each other's questions.
I'm gonna stop.
So
sharing.
basically, to wrap up what Miss Carrie said about homework is generally reading oriented. Like Miss Benham will occasionally send a little reading packet, a little reading book or something that she's already read with your child in school, and she might send it home so they can share it with you at home. And just like Carrie said, read to your children any books that you like or that they're interested in. Lucky kids whose parents read to them.
Yeah, any language, whatever, doesn't matter.
And as far as the Hebrew, the alphabet and Hebrew reading, I'll be sending home also some of the pages that they've done with alphabet to reinforce at home the letters for Hebrew reading skills.
Does anybody have any questions? I know we've had so many of you before.
Michal, can you unmute yourself?
I have a question.
Ayal?
This is Leslie. Yes.
Oh, hi, Leslie.
Hi. So besides the email and, all the ways that we have to get in contact with you directly, is there any other way that we can get like a daily, how was the, weekly update of how the child was at school, or if there's any, just to kind of see? Sammy's the type of kid that I get him in the car and I'm like, how was school? And he's like, good. And that's like pretty much all I get from him. So,
that's a good question. So there's, the things that we send home in the folders with the art that they've done, the projects that they've done, the books that we send home, those are all really good starting points for you to talk to your child about what they've done. If there's issues, trust me, we will contact you. I am planning, I hate to promise this, but I really want to reach out to each of you on a phone call, just because this year, again, we're not getting to see you on a daily basis like we normally do with kindergarten parents. And it's, the kids are waving to each other. Sorry, I'm so distracted. I'm like, oh, I can't look. What was I saying? So I'm going to try to reach out through phone calls more often, because In kindergarten, we have that luxury where you would drop off your child and we'd chat for a few minutes. And then when you pick them up, same deal. But now the way that we have the carpool for everyone's safety, really, that's not possible. So I will try to reach out more often. But if you're ever just curious, feel free to call or send me a quick email or whatever it is, we'll get back to you right away, I promise. But we don't have any sort of like weekly report to send home. It's all kind of an evidence of what we send home to you.
We're fine with WhatsApp or text message. If you have any questions or just want to check in with us, feel free, send us a message, and probably later after school, we'll see it.
Yeah,
Continue for 4 miles.
Got it. Thank you.
of course. Anybody else have a question? Hi, Daniel. Hi, Liam. Hi, Itamar. Hi, baby. I keep forgetting his
Look at Itamar's
name.
baby.
What's his
Your
name
baby
again?
is so cute.
Oh, it starts with the O, right?
Tell them what his name is.
Lauren.
Oren, that's right. I have to
Yeah,
write that
there's
down so
little
I don't
Oren.
forget.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Nadine. All right. No other questions. Oh, I did want to mention, just because, with COVID, it's starting to kind of heat up again. And a lot of you asked me over the summer where we have to wear masks. And at the time I had no idea. But now there's been a few things from the school go out, but I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page. As of right now, we are required to wear masks in the classroom at all times. And then I believe next week when we come back after Rosh Hashanah, that we'll have to wear masks outside as well. So I'm very sorry, I know, frowny face. But it's for everyone's safety. And you know what, honestly, I don't think the kids really, they may complain to you, but once they're playing with their friends and they've got their masks on, honestly, I don't think they mind.
Most of the
But-
kids have been pretty good about it.
They're pretty good. And, we're lucky that we get to be at school and we don't want to, jeopardize that at all. So I'm really sorry about it. I don't control COVID. But I just kind of wanted to keep you on the loop because things have been changing. And this summer I didn't know, and now we know. So
We're so grateful that we get to teach your children in person
yes.
in the classroom.
Hi, Sarah.
It's a huge gift.
Lauren, Nadine's mom. I have a question about COVID. Like, if a child is the plan for like, if they are exposed or whatever, like if that, but they're not sick and they're at home, like, will they be able to like, will they just like miss school for that week, or will we like have some kind of plan for them to do stuff at home?
Yeah, it really depends on the duration. At least in my class, and it's probably very similar in Rahal's, I have everything already, only because we learned from the last 2 years that at any moment we could all be going home. So we actually are going to start notebooks this year that have every subject in it already copied with all the lessons in there. And if somebody has to be home, I can send that notebook home. It just needs to come back, and you kind of need to stay on this in sync with us, because if you let your child go way ahead when they come back to class, I won't know what to do with them yet. So it just gets kind of to be a management thing. And also you want to send it back, because then I won't have the materials, because I only have one set. So if somebody does have to be out for an extended period of time, we can send things home. We don't do Zoom in kindergarten, and if you've ever tried to have a video conference with your child, I can see the kids today like bouncing up and down, and that's why we don't do Zoom in kindergarten. So, but if it turns out to be, you know, kind of a long-term thing, we'll definitely work with you and make sure that they don't get behind. Yeah, did that answer your question, Sarah? Did I lose you? I think oh, there she is.
No, this is Lauren, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Lauren, sorry.
It's, I told my 2-year-old to be quiet, whose name is Sarah.
Sorry. I was like, I don't remember your name being Sarah, but okay. Okay. Hopefully that answered your question. Oh, Alex has his hand up. Hey, look at that. Alex's dad has his hand up. Yes.
So are they allowed to wear cloth masks, or does it have to be disposable? Because I find like the cloth sometimes fit better on Isaac than the disposable, but I just want to.
The school says that they need, and the CDC say they need to be the disposable ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last year, I seem to remember some children had the cloth mask with the disposable one on top. So if that's helpful, we can ask the administration if that would be acceptable.
I'm sure that's
And let you
fine.
know.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
That way the cloth one is the one touching their face, but they'll still have the protection of the disposable paper one.
No, just a matter of how. It's just a matter of how it fits him, because it seems like the disposable one rides up past his eyes sometimes, and he has to bring
Oh,
it
I
down,
see.
while the
So
cloth
we
one can
do
just
have
like
child
tighten up.
size disposable ones that we've
That's what
used for
he's
children
got child ones.
whose
He does.
mask got dirty or misplaced, or of course, child size varies depending on the size of the child, right? We've got little children.
Yeah. I had one today. I had to, usually we like flip the loop and we
Yeah, to
flip
make it
the
smaller.
nose, and today the child I was working with was so small it didn't work. I had to
It's
tie a knot in it and then give it back to them because it wouldn't fit. So,
Yeah.
And I have another question.
sure.
Is there a trick when you're teaching them to read the difference between Hebrew and English to know which one's right to left and which one's left to right? Because I
Yes.
see him writing his name from right to left in English, as
Yes.
opposed
Good
to writing his
question.
name
Yes.
from left to right.
So
it's a very typical
things.
learning process, because
So 2 things that we do, we practice. We talk about it all the time. We have a right hand and the left hand in different colors up on the front. And also for the first, I can't even tell you how long, everything that I give them to write has a little heart on the left-hand side so that they know that that's where they start. So I do it on every paper that I give them for the longest time, just until I feel like they get it, and then I'll stop putting heart there. But I put a lot of hearts on everything. So it just takes lots of practice and reinforcement. And I know it's so confusing, but they get it. They get it.
yeah.
Thanks.
So if you're doing, you can do that as well at home. If Isaac is writing something at home and he's got a line to write
Dot.
on,
Yeah. Happy.
put a dot or a heart at,
Right.
you know, at the right side if it's Hebrew, or at the left side if it's English. You know, if he's writing his name in English,
Yeah.
put it on the left side, say English starts on the left, you know, and
Yeah. It's definitely confusing. It is, but they get it. They'll get it.
and
Won't
it's also
always write his name
typical
backwards.
of kids to write their name in like mirror image, like they wrote it backwards so perfectly, but backwards.
Yeah, but backwards.
So don't be
yeah.
alarmed if that happens. It's part of the process and very normal. And with lots of continued practice and in guidance, they get it.
They'll get it.
Falls
Yeah.
into place.
Good question.
Hey, it's Iris here. It's Tamara's Ima.
Hi, Iris.
Hi, Iris.
Hey, so it's our third year, our third kid with both of you. So
I
we know
know.
we're in good hands. And yeah, everybody else just know these are great teachers. Wait, Itamar, don't touch, don't stop video. And I'm gonna put a plug here to put some pressure on both of you. I expect Itamar to know how to read both Hebrew and English at the end of kindergarten.
No problem.
Sign here on the dotted line.
Okay.
No
We're
problem.
hanging up, so thanks, guys. Looking forward to
Itamar
it.
has to do his part though. He has to pay
Yeah.
attention in class and listen to the
Yeah.
teacher.
Well, he already knows how to change the background on his screen.
Technology he has down, yes.
Yeah,
Itamar, I like that one, the beach one.
yeah, I don't have that option on mine.
No, we're not staying outside. No, it's too cold. All right, come on, stop playing. Thank you. Sorry, I need to
Of course.
get him on mute now.
Any
Bye.
other questions?
Just want to say thank you. We've been to an awesome start of the year and we're looking forward to the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Thanks, Darla.
We have been having so much fun. Like your kids are wonderful. I can tell this is going to be just another great class. They're really fun.
Yes, so we're really, really enjoying getting to know them,
Yes.
each one with their little personality.
And so well behaved and really, really sweet kids. If you have any other questions that come to mind later, like we hang up and you go, oh, I wish I had asked that. Feel free to either reach out to us personally on WhatsApp or to the group WhatsApp if you think it will be helpful for everyone. Either one of those is fine. But we're always available. If you need to talk live, we can set up phone calls. I'm usually at school pretty early at 7:30. Rahal's usually at school pretty late. So between the two of us, we have.
I'm still here.
He's still at school. I'm not. So between the two of us, we've got you covered. But yeah, so if you ever need anything or if you have ideas or anything, a couple of things that we didn't really hit are field trips. We just don't know if we're going to get to do field trips this year. And if I think of something else, I'll send it to you and let you know. We just don't know the answers yet. But, you know, every year, the last 3 years has just been navigating our way through this special time. So. So we'll take off now. Thank you everyone for coming, and I will send out the recording if you maybe just and didn't catch all of it, or if you maybe missed something. So I will send out the recording, and we also have some handouts that we'll email as well. So thanks everybody for coming.
Thank you, parents and
Bye,
kids,
guys.
for
Bye,
joining us.
kids. Bye, parents.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
Video.
Thank you.